We're glad to share with you today a little bit more about Convergence Conversation, leaders together, talking and transforming our city and region. And I'm here today with Kyle Gaddison, who is the director of Pasco. Great to have you here, Kyle.
Good to be here.
As well as Janie Lynn Lovejoy, who is the event and intern administrator for the ACTS Group. And we are going to share with you a little bit actually about the elements that are going to allow leaders to connect. How is it actually going to function and work together? Now, one of the ways that it's going to happen is through people actually being together in a room. Kyle, you've helped develop Pasco. Tell us about what Pasco is and the kind of leaders that are connecting through Pasco.
Absolutely. So Pasco basically gathers artists, entertainers, and athletes. And we just gather people in a room and we kind of go for it as far as creativity and just having conversations about real issues in our city and seeing how we as artists can take on some of these issues. You know, the beautiful thing about art is that you can talk about, you can display certain things that maybe the general public wouldn't want to talk about. You can bring some attention or some light to those issues, and so we love to just take on those things and say, how can we use our art to, you know, push that cause or you know.
Yep, it's a big deal. And in Convergence Conversation, that's what we're wanting to promote is communities like Pasco, where in the sphere of cultural influence, arts and entertainment, those people are finding each other. You're helping facilitate that. You're helping convene those people and then allow them to think about the common good of the city and how do we as artists influence our culture.
Absolutely.
That's exciting. It is. It's great. And you know, what we want to do is we want to do that across these 7 spheres of cultural influence. We're developing a platform, a website called Convergence World. That's convergence.world.world. And we wanted to use that URL that was talking about that there's a world of leaders out there that need to find each other. And Janie Lynn, you're going to be an important part of that, both through what we're going to do in social media and on the website and through our events. Tell us what's on your mind about what you think about the Convergence Conversation taking place.
Yeah, just giving the platform for local leaders to be able to come together and express their sphere of influence is key. And to be able to have it where it's on multiple levels, so if that's podcast, if that's radio, if that's video or in-person conversation, be able to open up that is just the perfect combination to be able to allow God to humble ourselves and allow God to do what He wants, uniting and bringing people. And you know, you have this connection here, but this person over here needs it. And without this type of platform, that can't happen. So I'm so excited to see how God's using this and how He's already started uniting people. And this is going to just even give that bigger push and to see the future of how God's going to transform our region, and then use that as an example for the world. And what He's already doing is an amazing thing to be a part of.
Oh, that's great. You know, leaders change things because leaders go out ahead. They have a new idea. They're an originator or an organizer of a new idea, and then people draw together behind that. And for a long time, Christians, there's kind of been two ways of doing it. We're going to create an alternate community that is beautiful and excellent, maybe is a rebuke or a reflection or something different. And then there's kind of been a different idea of saying, what does it mean to go and to be part of the culture, part of the city, and to operate within that to begin to see change. And you've kind of seen both of those things happen, Kyle. Where do you come out in terms of that?
Yes, absolutely. You know, definitely I feel like taking our place, it's very important to take our place in the city. I think, you know, it's very important for us as leaders, you know, Christ-centered leaders, to take our place in the city and say, what can we do to contribute to the city around us? I think, you know, this is where, you know, we spend most of our time in Starbucks or, you know, at the restaurant in downtown or wherever we go. We should be leading in those environments. And I really feel like it's important, and I think God is switching our perspective from, you know, kind of staying in our four walls to actually being a leader in our city. And so I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to do my little part to take my place in Sacramento.
Right. The last time I looked, there's still 52 weeks in a year.
Yes.
And what we're excited to do with the Convergence Conversation is each week kind of highlight a leader.
Yes.
Janie Lynn, you're going to be actually activating that through a Friday blog that'll go out to people who are interested. That's correct? Mm-hmm. And then kind of what happens after that?
Yeah, so once people receive the blog, they'll be notified who our featured leader is, and then they can tune into the radio podcast that evening, that Friday. And then from there, we can open up to tweet and to bring that communication of the thoughts and what that provokes out of the listener. And so you get the notification for the blog, you listen in that evening, and then that spurs the conversation to open up the topic and get people connected.
Yeah, people can subscribe to the podcast. They can actually go online and see videos of other leaders from previous weeks. And it's going to create that conversation that we want to see happening, meetups, and we really look forward to seeing how this is going to change and affect our city. Tune in, Convergence Conversation.